In honor of the saints whose births or deaths took place under this moon, the people perform music once beloved by those divine beings. Whether by harp, by flute, or voice alone, joyous melodies are shared between farmers as they sow their seeds across the vast plains of Tailteen and Gronder.
I am curious about that dance. I don't see a sword there though. I think she is dancing. Board phone. Game is up. I've closed the things that didn't need to be running. My what? Yeah, my voice is tracking. Okay, let's go make some mistakes.
As you have already been notified, your mission is to subdue some bandits. Our students have been learning about combat through study, but this is a precious opportunity to provide them with practical experience. The Knights will support your mission and are prepared to offer their assistance if necessary. In short, this is no mock battle. You must be prepared for anything. You will receive a message from the Knights when it is time to depart. Until then, use your time wisely.
The last time we fought bandits, you saved me. Maybe I can return the favor this time.
Maybe. Batane.
The Knights are well aware of our enemy's strength. We can count on them to keep the battlefield under control for us. It seems unlikely that we would lose. Still, let's do all we can to prepare.
You seem well. Are you adjusting to life at the monastery?
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I think so.
Oh, I didn't expect that answer. When we were mercenaries, I handled everything. Outside of battle, you didn't have much contact with people, did you? I thought being thrown into a swarm of noble brats to teach would be a bit much for you. But I guess I had nothing to worry about. By the way, I heard about those bandits. Your first assignment is to take them out, right? That's fairly routine for you by now, but don't forget it's the first real taste of battle for those brats. It'll be tougher to sleep at night if you let one of your little pupils die. So, I wish I could offer you my support, but Lady Rhea won't allow it. For now, I'll try to figure out what she wants from you. I don't mind you settling into your life here, but don't let your guard down, ever.
Dun dun dun. Lee? I don't know, he gave in pretty quick, didn't he? When they first said, "You're coming with us." Okay. No, he's more like, "Sure, only if my child comes with me." Annette. I don't need her. I don't think. That right there was a critical mistake. That's gonna... Huh? Oh, Mercedes' friend. Mercedes. The monastery holds events with various effects, such as those which increase the benefits of the share a meal activity for certain characters. Oh, really? These events will appear on the calendar. Select Explore on your day off to participate. I think every first of the month you have to explore. Every first free day. I enjoy that the bell is a Fire Emblem theme. From the map screen, you can travel instantly to places you have already been. Press the R button to open the map, select a destination, and then press the A button to fast travel. Press the X button to see where to find each character and facility at your selected location. Girl's voice. Oh. First, I'm going to check the board. That's how you open stuff up. Troubling rumors. New weapons, new items.
Professor, hey, do you know how old Captain Gerald is?
That's enough, Leone. If I don't know, how could my child know?
I mean, I don't know.
It's not normal to forget your own age, you know. It's kind of worrisome, actually.
I'm not normal.
By the time you're forgetting your own age, you're past the point of caring.
I guess if you put it that way, you've got a point. Professor,
That's it.
it's not.
By the time...
I guess if you put it.
I have a request.
A real battle this month, huh? I hear even the Knights of Ceros are involved. I never taught you much about tactics, but here's a primer. There's a primer on it in my room. Give it a read. Leading the charge. Starting this month's mission, you can now lead a battalion into battle. Search for the tactics primer in the captain's quarters and peruse it to get up to speed. Accepted. Sparkly. We need those. We need all the blue sparklies.
That said, I hear you've been tasked with hunting down bandits, right? Meanwhile, my class is stuck with a downright peaceful mission. Sounds like you'll be fighting alongside the knights, too. Don't let the monastery down, Teach.
Just send a message.
Your performance in the mock battle was exceptional, Professor. You have inspired me to follow your example and study even more diligently. Perhaps we could train together sometime. I would love to test myself against your sword skills again.
Anduin? I mean, I don't know why he would remind you of Anduin. It's not like he's blonde and wears blue. The way he talks. Well, Anduin was supposed to be a priest originally. So you're saying that he talks like a priest? His is the Holy One, isn't it?
That reminds me.
Very square.
Professor. And now
You.
that you're all the way
Join my
over here,
class.
Professor, care to join me in some training? After training, I love tending to the horses or burying myself in a good pile of books. There's truly nothing better.
Crunch Topher is hosting. Hey, Crunch Topher.
For years, the Boar Prince and I were inseparable. I know him better than almost anyone else. So let me give you some advice. Beneath all that princely polish, he's an animal, nothing more. He's strong and skilled, sure, but don't place your trust in him as a human being. Take care he doesn't chew you
How have you
up
been doing?
and spit you out.
Been a while since we've had a match.
That's right. Hey there, Professor. You here to check in on my training? Oh, that reminds me. I found this small cloth. It's kind of weird. Not really sure what it is, but it works great for wiping up sweat.
Yeah, let's get this mystery cloth and
The next assignment is to drive out bandits? Sounds like some training is in order.
yeah.
Tell me something, Professor. When it comes to a one-on-one battle, which is better, strength or skill?
Overwhelming strength can outdo skill. But skill is skill. Yeah, I mean, if you're skilled enough, you can flip it on him. But he wants to hear strength.
I knew it! When it's all said and done, muscle always comes out on top.
Here's an idea.
Don't I already have his button? Abilities, items, battalions, recon. Guess I can't see there. I'll figure it out. How's the game been so far? You want to pick it up? I'm still stuck in the throes of Mario Maker. Yeah, Mario Maker is pretty addictive, isn't it? Just when you think you're done with it, there's a reason to pick it back up. I'm enjoying this one though. After my last stream, I decided that there was just a whole lot of stuff I didn't understand. So I played some more of the story, some more of the different aspects of it, and coming back to do it again, I don't feel bored. It's repetitive, playing it again, obviously, but
It is a rather...
For
I'm
some
liking it.
students, this will be their first time stepping onto a real battlefield.
And supposedly, I've been hearing from other people and some of these how-to videos, like how exactly these relationships work. Supposedly the other houses are actually different stories. It's not just repainted with a different class color.
It's important that they're mentally
I'm looking forward to
prepared.
getting to the next ones.
As for me, do I look green to you? Is there anything else you wish to ask me about regarding spending your time at the monastery or battles? Just
Can I
as
do
students
faculty
have
training?
much to learn from other students, professors
There's
can
free
also
Mario
share
Maker,
their
and it
knowledge with each
refreshed
other.
it for me a bit. I might wait to get this. I feel like I have time for it. It can take a lot of time. I mean, they said each playthrough, each house is 80 hours, though I've heard some people get 40 hours out of it. So I think it depends on how much you want to do, and it might also depend how familiar you are with Fire Emblem. This is my first one, so I'm learning pretty much all of it fresh. But people who are pretty familiar with it seem to be blowing through a lot of these tutorial phases.
You should consider seeking instruction from Professor Hanneman or Professor Manuela. I think you'll find their insight quite interesting.
Increase your skills by training with knights and professors in the monastery. Use the faculty training option to benefit from their wisdom. As the story progresses, faculty training will become advanced drills. Use this option to learn from any unit with a higher skill level than your own.
Which house a student is assigned to depends on where they're from. That said, each professor has their own area of expertise. So if a student is adamant about it, it is possible to switch someone from one house to another, pending your approval, of course. If you become closer with the students by partaking in the various activities around the monastery, you'll be able to talk to them about such things.
My experience with the game is entirely just Disgaea. Is Disgaea related to Fire Emblem? I haven't played that one either. Same genre, so like tactical battles.
It's thanks to my adoptive father, Lenato, that a commoner like me is here at the Academy. He is the very model of chivalry. Someday, I'm going to be just like him.
Well, this one's going to keep me busy for a while, but maybe I'll check that one out next. I have been looking at it. It struck me as the type of game I'd be interested in. I just didn't actually know anything about it.
Let me see. How about this? Do you know about the Cardinals? They are the ones who run the church. Their identities are a closely guarded secret.
No, you're getting the right orders.
Professor,
I thought I saw a talking bubble over here.
Right. I've got to find out everyone's likes and dislikes so I know what to cook. Who knows when it'll be my turn at kitchen duty? How about you, Professor? Do you like sweet or spicy food?
I believe she likes sweet.
Ooh, same! I'll definitely remember that.
This game's definitely not about asserting your own opinions. It's more, what answer do you want to hear?
Something for me?
I will give you that answer. activity. This guy a 5. That's the one on the Switch. Is there more on the Switch, or is it just that one?
Right. Oh, Professor. Hello. Truth is, my undershirt got blown away by the wind. And it's not important why. It only matters that it's pale blue.
That's okay.
Thank you so much.
1 in 5 right now. 2 is being remastered. Are they trying to slowly bring all of them up? What was 1? What was the original system for that?
Cake? Oh, come on. That's just cruel.
PlayStation 2. That was a good, my opinion, that was a good era of PlayStation.
No. Sorry. Must be my imagination.
I felt like going from the sprites on the Super Nintendo to the very sharp and not enough polygons of the PlayStation was very jarring for me. It just felt unpolished, whereas with the SNES, yeah, there were sprites and you could see all the edges and everything, but it felt more polished. Like playing Tomb Raider, watching her box hand moving around and everything clipping through things to make you think that you're actually grabbing stuff, just it wasn't something that I was fond of. PlayStation 2, when they started actually doing proper hands and proper faces, stuff, that was much nicer for me.
Hello. If you'll excuse me.
Don't get me wrong, PlayStation 1 was very fun. A lot of good games. The graphics, I just didn't care for it. Flowers for gifts, and you can get fruits and vegetables in here too. Oh, I meant to read that. Not planting? Oh. Pellet, I want 1. Cultivate to get more of it. I'm gonna spend money on that though. Fuse magic.
My thanks.
Thanks for the free stuff. You can't tell me all the time to pet the cats. They are unpettable. Local fish guide book. White trout. I have the quest. I do have the quest. To fish. To begin fishing, first select your bait. Wait until you see the silhouette of the fish you want to catch and then press A button to hook it. Don't wait too long though, or the fish will escape with the bait. Press the A button when the circles overlap to reduce the stamina of the hooked fish. Once its stamina is depleted, you will have successfully caught the fish. If your line breaks, the fish will escape. Durability of the fishing line increases with professor level. Really? Repeated excellent timing will create combos that reduce the fish's stamina quickly. If you land excellent timing at all opportunities, you will net a more valuable fish than usual. Doesn't believe in touching animals. I don't know. I mean, you've got Animal Crossing, and didn't they have Nintendogs for a bit? That's epic music for a fish. Fish up a boss. What is this, Sword Art Online? Oh no, for some reason it has legs and it's giant, and where's my weapon? I have to fight it with a fishing pole? A lot of fish in Warcraft? I don't remember. I remember fighting hydras. I don't remember fighting a fish. Just a Switch thing. Oh. You're talking the one in, not Steam Vents, but the Burning Crusade Coil Fang Reservoir? You had to have like a special skill or special quest done. sends me to talk to them.
So... Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Hey, Kevin. How are you doing tonight?
Are you settled in here at the monastery yet? Make sure to have a good look around. There's much to see. Like fish. You do know about the pond behind the dining hall, right? You can fit.
Heard a lot about the Fortnite World Cup from Melissa. I don't remember seeing much from you. How'd that go for you?
You look bored. Care to duel?
Yes. To the death.
What? I just wanted to spar.
Such a moist blanket.
Hey! You there! We will accompany you on your assignment. We don't want anything to happen to our precious students.
Blowing up on Discord. I must have missed it.
If any of you run into trouble, we'll step in and help out.
I demand that you rehash all of it for me right now.
Oh, Professor, how are you today?
A lot of big names, yeah?
I'm just heading out for a mission. I'll be seeing you.
I mean, I thought you were kind of a big deal. Hey, Bulba. Heading out for a mission. Be careful seems pretty standard.
What makes you say that? Do you know something I don't? Are there supernatural elements at play? Ghosts? Oh, forget it. I'll be going now.
You guys get any more cozy, you're gonna have to get your own room.
There are way too many vegetables in today's meal. The ratio of vegetables to sweets was completely skewed. Oh, hi, Professor. Were you just eavesdropping on me?
No, you were facing my direction.
Well, everyone knows a plate full of sweets is far preferred to a plate full of vegetables, regardless of age.
Only if there's pictures.
Bridget has much more warmth than Fodlan. Even spring here has coolness. And you, Professor? Which do you find is worst? Too hot or too cold weather?
Which is worse? Only having so much to take off, or being able to put on layers? But she's from a hot climate.
I have agreements. In Bridget, I am able to be wearing much lighter
The cold is a great excuse for staying inside, I gotta say. The cold. Don't you live in New York? Like, isn't that so much worse than the rest of the country?
Maybe I should go into
Except
town.
Maine.
But that would be such a hassle. Oh, hi, Professor. I'm rather busy right now, so do make it quick. Are you sure? I thought you'd found me out for a moment there.
Yeah, she's really trying. Check out that name. Amiibo Gazebo. Somebody was really trying there. Unfortunately, I don't have any Fire Emblem
There are some
Gazebo,
things I'll
amiibos.
just never understand. Like the other night, I went on a date with a dashing,
So,
handsome, strong
I mean,
young
kind of.
knight. Oh, I'm a bit weak just
You have
remembering
the
him.
dating sim
Anyway.
relationship stuff to build, but that plays into recruiting people from other classes onto your team. It also amps up their support abilities in battle. And the more that you pay attention to your students, you build up their motivation. With more motivation, you can teach them more things. They become more effective, and yeah. When does it get scary? This isn't Alyssa's stream.
Do you know what that no
I don't do
good
scary.
jerks? You know who cares about keeping everything neat and tidy?
not me, that's who. Afraid to go in there. Some knight he is.
Yeah, she's one of the teachers. Actually, aren't I supposed to have her teach me something? Zine, charge, catch.
You know, Professor, like the other night, do you know
The fact that she can? Oh, apparently not right now. What else is there?
I was thinking.
No, she doesn't dress like a teacher. I thought the same thing when they introduced her.
You're the one taking out the bandits? That's one way to start your career at the academy. I didn't expect they'd order us to risk our lives here. Seems a bit extreme, doesn't it?
This guy, his description actually calls him Skirt Chaser, and he has an ability called Womanizer. He gets stronger when he's close to women on the battlefield.
I was thinking, the Knights of Saros are also known as the Shining Knights.
Yeah,
we are the
Bulba's not
sword and
complaining, huh?
shield of the divine Saros. There are many orders of knights in the world, but we are the only one that has the honor of bearing the name Saros. As a member of the church, you should probably study up on the history of Saros and the knights.
Yeah, that wasn't willingly though.
Hello.
Let's see. That person sure does remind me of somebody, but I can't figure out who. Oh, do you need me for something? Sorry, but I'm really busy right now.
Are you?
Well...
Do you know of the Ire family? We have long held the position of Prime Minister in the Empire. The Empire's power lies with 6 noble families, my family foremost among them. The full explanation may be time-consuming. I can give you a moment to get ready, if you would like to take notes.
I just kind of want to move.
All right, I will list the 6 great noble families.
He sucks anyways.
There's Caspar's father, Count Burgles, the Minister of Military Affairs. Then there's Linhardt's father, Count Hevering, the Minister of Domestic Affairs. Bernadetta's father, Count Varley, is the Minister of Religious Affairs. Hubert's father, Marquis Vestra, is the Minister of the Imperial Household. Finally, we have Duke Gert, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and my own father, Duke Ire, the Prime Minister.
I'm not going to remember any
One
of
day,
this.
I will take his place as
I
the
hope it
Prime
doesn't-
Minister of
I
the
hope
Empire.
it's not important.
I am more talented than anyone in my class, even Edelgard. I will lead the Empire to a bright, enlightened future.
Huzzah. Oh. Huzzah.
There is nothing I cannot achieve.
He likes feeling important is what he likes. Pat him on the head. You're doing good.
Here's an idea. I hear the Officers' Academy of the Monastery, the eastern region of Fodlan, was being invaded by Almyra, and so the Archbishop of the time took measures to prevent the border from being taken. In order to ensure Fodlan would be safe from potential threats,
Just so you know, I have
she deemed it necessary to raise a generation
my wife
of
here with me,
excellence.
keeping me company. Trying to convince her to put on a mic, but that's a work in progress.
That is how the establishment was founded, though its purpose has changed over the years.
Where is everybody? The main area?
I have a favor to ask.
I've been thinking of starting a choir, and I need a volunteer to help me get it off the ground. Can you help me find some students who love music? I might maybe be able to help. Internet crashed.
The cathedral is nice and quiet.
How are you talking?
It's so relaxing. Oh, Professor, did you come to pray to the goddess?
Alrighty. I might still randomly talk to you though.
too. Shall we pray together?
Or
You have helped me so much.
Inside
Throne
the
has
cathedral,
increased.
there is a chapel dedicated to the four saints. Do you know of them? Saint Indec, Saint Macuel,
All right,
Saint
Kevin.
Keyhole, and
Saint Sethlin. Who is your favorite, Professor?
yes.
now that you are a member of the church, be sure to familiarize yourself with our teachings and traditions. Inside the cathedral, there is a chapel dedicated to the four saints. Now that you I have something to ask of you.
Western Church, which rules over the western parts of Fodlan, has lately made some strange troop movements. If you hear anything concerning, be sure to let me know. You.
It is the duty of every Fodlan noble to demonstrate piety towards Seros. Have you also come to offer your prayers to the goddess, Professor?
Sure.
You don't sound terribly sure. Perhaps you are not of noble birth? After all, devotion is not as essential for a commoner.
He's got strong opinions. My wife is calling him an ass. Can't say I disagree. Next is actually onto the second floor. While I was in the area. Books just laying around. Tantalizing cookbook. Yeah. Really, I know how to navigate a 3D space. I do it all day, every day.
I'm so glad to be a student here. If only because I get to use this library.
Pidge the bookworm.
Reading books from all the regions of Fodlan, I feel almost like I'm visiting those places myself.
He doesn't want to go
I
anywhere.
agree. They're brimming with the knowledge and experience of our ancestors.
Illustrated cookbook. That is important. So you know if it looks like the picture when you're done.
Swimming through a sea of countless books, tracking down that single sought-after volume, it's absolute bliss. How do the poor fools who spend their days sharpening swords and polishing armor find any joy in life?
I saw a stream of a guy earlier today who was figuring out how auto battle works, and I learned a ton from it. But while watching him, I was sitting there thinking, why did he rename it to his stream name? I mean, that just whatever. And I'm just realizing I did the same thing. So, you know, hypocrite. All those other things are just books for flavor. Gives you their history. I'm not planning on reading those on stream, but I can if people want me to. Usually in these games, characters give you all the background you need
guiding the
to understand
students in
it.
the mock battle. Taking command like that? Simply splendid. And bearing the unknown crest's power? Yes, I'm talking about you. Your talents are incredible, and Lady Rhea's insight as to your potential is doubly so.
Is it though? Or does she just want the dad? A revenge plot against the dad?
Thanks for your help.
Battalions. She does resemble the person in the intro. But well, those were different people though. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was her first of all, or that the roles are going to be the same. Family
Xanadu, the
revenge.
Red Canyon, is a place of great significance to the Church of Saros. Even members of the church are forbidden from entering without permission. To go trampling around in there, causing trouble, those bandits truly are morally reprehensible.
Reprehensible. Strong word.
I see. Thank you for paying me a visit. Is there anything troubling you? Or is there perhaps something I can help you with?
She wants to know I'm devoted.
Believers live their lives by her sacred wisdom. Please use the library's vast resources to learn more. I can often be found here, so if there is ever anything you need, please do not hesitate to pay me a visit.
Oh, Mike replied, saying that he left comments on the last video.
I
Can you train me? Because you have worthwhile training to give. You need to go back to the head chef, learn about the Western Church, and find the students who were singing. I actually know where that sheet is. I don't remember where the... Where am I going? I am mildly confused. That door should have opened.
Okay. Okay.
That was the way I wanted to go. It didn't open.
Okay. Bridget, Elmira, Thusker, even people from far-off lands gather here at the Academy. Word of advice, Professor. There are those who don't think kindly of such people.
Oh. I thought that's where the fire sheet was. That was the intel. Oops.
That's...
The singer sheet next to the singer. That's pretty on the nose.
Professor!
Yeah.
Professor!
Looking over here. This one.
You're a lifesaver.
So I can cook with one person, and I get benefits for my whole team for that month. I can eat a meal with 2 people and build up their motivation and friendship. I can also use it to build relationship points with other students. Points, what do I do with my 2 points? Yeah, that's where the quest turn-ins are. But I'm thinking I will use my points to cook and eat. See what that buff is. Max HP by 3, luck by 2, or defense by 1. What is my HP at this level? 25? It could be a fairly big deal. Let's do that.
I enjoy baking sweets, but I'm not sure how I'll do cooking other types of food. I see. Cooking is
Interesting.
much more exciting
Quite
than
interesting.
studying or training. Wow.
All I see is black. Looks like it could be burnt. Am I? She's max motivation. Lindhart needs it. I could pick up Mercedes again. What? This one? Or Lysithri, yeah. Yeah, but she was the one complaining that there wasn't a good balance of sweet. But yeah, I'm gonna have her join. Later on, I can ask people to come help for a whole month of missions. And in battle, you build the support relationship, so that's gonna be what I do then. In the meantime. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure what the up arrow means, or the double arrows. I assume the double arrows meant that it was a better effect. Maybe the up arrow means better relationship. Not quite sure. Maybe that's just the motivation tag, because all the tags are on my students. The double arrow must be how much they like that meal. Alright, we'll just take Mercedes.
This is my favorite. I am rather happy you went out of your way to pick it, Professor.
This is my absolute favorite. How did you know, Professor?
They're copying notes. Apparently meals is one of the fastest ways to build your professor level. Eating meals with students.
My savior, thank you.
Renown has increased. Oh no, I'm not gonna do choir practice. I wish I had a progress bar for these support levels.
You have my thanks.
They're spreading. Still, it may be ill-advised to move against fellow followers of the faith. Even so, this is good information to have. I thank you. That's done. Quests are finished. Let's double check the board. Make sure they're all done.
Here's an idea.
Hi there!
No quests. Inventory, armory. We're finished. Let's move on.
Have you not been told what's expected from lectures here? Well, I can tell you how it works based on what I've heard from other professors.
I need to... What day is today? It's 29. Whenever you can instruct is indicated by your activity points at the top. When you set up a group task, students you assign will continue the task until you change it. After the first round of instruction each month, your students may come with you with a question. They will be motivated if they like your answer.
Before starting a lecture, it's a good idea to determine everyone's academic goals. Students will want to prioritize studying things that will help them achieve their aim.
But what if it's not my aim? I have plans for you kids. Students study on their own and earn skill experience according to their skill goals. Results are reported at the end of each week. You can alter students' goals at any time using the goals menu.
It's probably easier to get good results if you instruct students based on their interests and specialties. Of course, that doesn't mean it's pointless to teach someone things unrelated to their personal goals as well. By looking beyond their preferences, Some students may find they're interested in fields they've never previously considered.
A 3-star mark next to a skill indicates that you will unlock a budding talent for a certain amount after a certain amount of instructing. Once you unlock a budding talent, that person will go on to excel in that particular skill. They may even learn a new ability or combat art. Some of those are actually
A
pretty
student's
useful.
goals may change based on their studies or the experience they gain while on missions. When that happens, perhaps you could help them decide what new goals they should set for themselves.
As students improve from instructing in personal study, they may approach you with suggestions for new goals. Whether to accept their suggestions or not is completely up to you. Feel free to guide your students along paths of your own choosing. But their opinions don't matter.
How
That's what I got
motivated a
from that.
student is will affect how well your tutoring goes. To help cultivate their motivation, I think it's a good idea to interact with your students as much as possible. Please.
Whoops. You can instruct students with high motivation more frequently. One way to increase motivation is to interact with your students around the monastery.
At the Officers Academy, students are encouraged to engage in various activities in and around the monastery. If you instruct your students to work together as a team, it will help to deepen their bonds and produce better results.
You can assign one group task each week. Students who partake will earn skill experience based on your choice. You can also get gold and resources by completing these tasks. The result of the group task will depend on the students' strengths, weaknesses, and affinity for one another.
Have you heard about the certification exams? They take place every month. Everyone here is working hard to become a certain type of soldier, and those tests are how you can check to see how far we've come. In order to pass the exam, you need to train enough to become whatever class you're aiming for. Take care to develop your students strategically so that they can pass their certification exams.
That's the job system. It's under a different name. When you pass the certification exam, you can change to a new class. Benefits of high-tier classes include increased stats and growth rates. Okay, so your class determines which stats grow at what rate. Get their goals set first. I have notes. Elgard. Sword. And she's gonna need plans. Actually, what is lance for you? Regular? Authority will grow elsewise. Actually, authority grows with battalions. I don't need to do anything for that. Hubert. Okay. Reason. Eventually lance and riding. But I can train up his lance, then he can use that in battle. Riding, I don't know another way to train. Other than through this. Lance. I need to train his lance skill. Yeah, I can do a group thing for him. There's a bunch of people that are going to need riding though. Yours is going to be lance, riding, ooh. What was my plan for you? Monk, priest, bishop, and then holy knight. So lance, faith, and riding. Oops. Let's do faith. Lance. Those go away. The video is taking up too much space. Okay, Casper. Actually, I think that's what I needed. Axe and fist brawler. Caspar. Brawl, axe, brawl. Alright, you're staying put. Bernadetta. Gonna be bow, and then I think she actually has a bonus to riding. No, I have to teach her riding. Lance and bow. Dorothea is going to go straight caster. Petra is going to be sword and bow. She's going assassin. Alright, that's done. Group tasks. Armor doesn't matter. Flying's later. Stable duty. He has an affinity. Hubert will need it eventually. But who needs it sooner? Ferdinand. Edelgard's gonna need flying. Ferdinand, Hubert, Bernadetta will. Lindhart will. Does Bernadetta go? Yeah, we'll put her in. Can we work on those stars now? Perfect.
I got it right?
Praise.
Thanks!
Means we can do it one more time.
I did pretty...
You did not get any stars. Lindhart. Lance. Faith. Yeah. Build up his melee some.
Oh, I was right.
Reset.
How embarrassing. It is a long road to mastery.
Is it though? Some writing.
It is a long... It is a long...
Fatal card. Yeah, but she's not going to be using magic the route I'm taking her. she's going to be alternating sword and lance, but she does really good with swords.
I still have my.
I'm going to build that up. Especially since it's at 0 when she was using an axe to start with. That's all I can train, all I can instruct. Group tasks is set. Begin.
Question for you.
Hachime. Such interesting ideas you seem to have, Professor. But tell me this. What would you do if you were given the task of teaching a subject that you yourself did not understand? I do my best to explain the gist at least. Take the time to study the subject before teaching it. No such subject exists. Oh, I didn't mean to pick that. Dang it. I was going to go with the middle one. I mean, that was totally intentional. And that was not the linchpin of my entire game.
Indeed. I will do my part.
Second linchpin.
We did it!
Just good. Oh, he's D already. Does that mean he qualifies? He doesn't have the level, but...
I won't forget all I've learned.
Brass Strike's a good one.
Not a total waste.
Raphael. That's the dude with the who needs a better shirt. Oh, good news. I was gonna go battle anyway. Auxiliary battles are now available. How often you battle is limited by your activity points indicated at the top of the screen. While normal difficulty, some auxiliary battles will not cost activity points. If you head into battle while playing online, you may see the spirits of those who perished on other players' battlefields. They are more likely to appear in places where death is frequent. Spirits that appear in this shade indicate an area where many enemy units have fallen. You can collect items that were dropped by the vanquished. Spirits that appear in this shade indicate where many allied units were lost. They can impart blessings such as experience or restored equipment durability. I think in some cases they can even give you abilities. Oh, I can't do a free one. Alright. Yes.
In battle, it's necessary to deploy battalions so that students can experience taking command. I doubt I need to say this to a mercenary like you, but if you have any questions about how to use your soldiers, please don't hesitate to ask. After you hire a battalion, you'll need to decide who will lead them. Battalions can contain soldiers like mages and monks who don't fight with weapons. Be sure to think carefully about who would benefit most from the support of battalion soldiers and their specific skills.
They have a specific set of skills. Use the inventory menu to assign battalions to your units, granting them increased stats like attack or hit rate. These stats will grow further as a battalion gains experience fighting alongside you.
When you deploy a battalion, you can utilize its special gambit in battle. If a gambit is successful, your enemy will be severely shaken.
Units hit by gambits will be rattled. Rattled units cannot move, use gambits, or benefit from battalions and suffer a 10% penalty to all stats.
Joining forces with a nearby ally is a surefire way to enhance your effectiveness.
When a gambit is used on an enemy within the attack range of one of more of your other units, it will become a gambit boost. The might and hit rate of the gambit will increase based on the number of units participating and their support levels. Marketplace. Anna. Buy. Got a shield. actually, I need different weapons. I'm working that side of things.
Is that the one?
Yes. That's the one.
Thanks a bunch.
You're not working. Petra's sword and bow.
Is that the one?
Too expensive.
Thanks a bunch.
Dorothea doesn't need anything. Ferdinand has a lance. And will eventually need a bow. Am I already working his bow? See what else I need to buy first. Shoot.
Come back soon.
Button. Item. That. Or that for someone else. Whip. Or matter. Doesn't matter. Axe, axe. Oh, the lance. Tally, equipment.
Welcome. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Come back soon.
As you wish.
I will prevail. Stay focused.
Oh no.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Put me in there.
I will get the victory.
Battle.
That's my cue.
Such power dwells within?
You should be honored.
Flame Spirit, protect me.
Now you know your limits.
Hardly worth my time.
Huh. Victory.
Anywhere I can hide. Whoa, did I get stronger?
That won't do it all.
none. This can't be...
Well done.
Got him!
Right makes might, right?
The mic was off and I thought I was talking this whole time. Well, is it still talking if nobody hears me? Okay, it's true, you did hear me.
No obstacle will stand.
We can all get her. Oh. The least I can do is get rid of this guy. Then hope the other soldiers
Each
actually
battle,
pick different
a chance
targets.
to grow.
The only two can get to her.
I still have a long way to go.
Oh, good job. Alright, first heal.
That really helped.
Combat arts. Get him.
What a jump. Pretty good, don't you?
Intent is pretty respectable.
I will
Doing
not
it
be
twice.
stopping.
Super handy.
Hard work.
Bullion. Finish him. I wanted Bernie to finish him, but whatever. She needs levels too.
You were wide open. Growth is a part of life.
you did good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
I have gratitude.
Check manually. The ones I worked on last time haven't come back. Haven't had a chance. Let's see. 2. You got plenty of time. I don't have to actually force anything on him. Caspar. Well, maybe he's got plenty of time. Ferdinand. Oh, 5 is just a regular one first. Already good for that. And Cavalier, he's already good for that. Prior. In that case, I'll just get him more land skills. Get more authority. Heavy armor. Bow. Eventually he needs bow. Having a bow right now would be handy.
I appreciate. Never underestimate. I am quite pleased.
Should be pleased. It was perfect, apparently. Work on your law. No points. Oh, not done. Right, one more. I think Petra's doing fine on her own. Dorothea didn't get much chance. Oh, she needs the points anyways. Stars. Group tasks are still able. Could start somebody on flying. Flying next. Guard. I don't think anyone else did actually. Apparently Petra is good at it. I could put her on flying later on. Entirely possible she'll master a class before I'm ready to move her to the next tier. Go with that. Begin. Yes. Work on faith and professor points and authority.
Learning these things gives me great difficulty.
Where are you there? don't have
Professor,
faith-based stuff.
let me sing for you. Do you not like my voice? It would make a Pegasus dance with joy.
He just wants attention.
I will not be a burden. I will be doing my best for Lady Edelgard.
Don't worry, Petra. There is no use in fearing failure. It is my duty to help others when necessary.
Nice that
I have sorrow, Lady Edelgard. We did not achieve a good result.
they have lines for the pair of them.
Worry not, Petra. At least we completed our task.
It was good. What are you complaining about? He's already a D.
My efforts were not in vain.
Ah, it's clear to me now.
As long as it makes me
The veil
stronger.
has been lifted.
I think I got it.
I'm cool with
I
that.
grasped it. How lovely. One step before the next step.
A lot of stuff there. A lot of D's and E pluses. D pluses in some cases. Cool beans. There's, oh, I have to do a seminar. Okay, seminar it is. Those you select to lead seminars will instruct others in their areas of expertise. Higher skill instructors grant more skill experience to those who attend. People choose to attend a seminar based on how well the subject matches their skill goals. Those with high motivation are more likely to attend. I can teach authority and sword. I can go learn lance and authority, bow and reason. He needs bow, he needs bow, she needs reason, he needs reason. I need either. I'm always there though. Sword and faith. I need sword. Edelgard needs sword. He needs faith. Dorothy needs faith and Petra needs sword. Everybody gets something. Petra gets one of those. Dorothea gets one of those. He does. Who was gonna be the savant? Oh. Go with bows and reason. Wouldn't mind beefing up my range.
I think I got it. I
Yeah.
grasped it. How lovely.
By 50.
Thank you so much.
She loved the flowers.
Perfect timing, Professor. I've just received word from the Knights. They've located the bandits.
It seems they have them cornered. They are in Xanadu, the Red Canyon.
I can't wait to get started. I'll strike down those heinous thieves before they know what hit them.
Charge ahead if you must, Caspar. Just do not put the rest of us in danger.
I'm going back. I won't be of any help anyway, and I don't want to get hurt.
But I just invested in you.
Don't worry, Byrne. It's just some bandits. We'll have no trouble at all.
Just.
Don't get ahead of yourselves. Unfounded optimism isn't a great strategy. Let's just get this over with.
Did he fall back asleep?
There is nothing to get over. We will work with each other to achieve our mission.
It's time, Professor. Give us our orders and let's move out.
I'm not unlocked. But I have them. What do you mean I haven't unlocked? Sword, don't need the lance. Actually, that's... So. Intermediate seal. Rusted gauntlets. Rid of... Bow, bullion. I don't think I need to sell that. Only 1,000 gold. Oh, envoy? Anything? Buy. She doesn't need anything. She... Eventually will. Land. Might as well. In practice. Yeah, oh, I already had a lance. It's okay, I'll need a new later on. Lance and bow, she doesn't need anything. She's got what she needs. Done. Item shop. Buy. Shield, shield. Ones I'm putting out there. You need a shield. Let's sell that bullion. That's it. Good shield, lower level. Why does this one not consume a battle?
Thank you so much.
Once recruiting popularity, it didn't give me a chance to recruit anybody.
My, thank you so much.
Yeah, but it says this month's. How do you recruit somebody so soon?
So, we are taking children
That's
into
possible.
battle, are
Real
we?
life month.
I'm not certain I will be able to sleep soundly after beholding something like that. I shall allow you to turn back the hands of time. But no, this power is not infinite.
Press the ZL button during the player phase to trigger Divine Pulse. At the end of each battle, Divine Pulse uses will be recharged. I need to equip everybody, right? Items. She's equipped. Let's start with the sword, at least for counters. Need support with spells. Need support from you don't fit. Oh. Dang it. Equip. Back on bow. Auto-equip the it did auto-equip the shields. I don't think anybody has variety yet. Combat arts. Aim. Fight.
So this is the Red Canyon. A ruin. The thieves must have been driven back. Be careful or the cornered mice might bite us.
The Knights chased us all the way here?
Chief, let's get out of here. There's no way we can win against them.
Shut your dumb mouth! Where would we go at this point? You can't be a thief if you fear death!
Still looks like a goober. I suppose that's the point.
Professor, if we advance tactfully, we can attack our enemy from both sides. I leave the rest to you. Regardless, we must cross the bridge first.
The bridge.
Stay focused.
I'll give you guys space to spread out.
I will prevail.
Battle?
I will get the victory.
Get Petra up close.
Put me in there.
Bring you along with.
Oh no.
Bring you along with.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
As you wish.
That's my cue.
I think they're able to use their allies that are in proximity just like they can with regular attacks. Yeah, all the hearts showed up. It doesn't protect them, but that counter's a whole lot more beefy. Lower level 2, 2, 2, 1.
And I didn't even enjoy it. I could have been sleeping this whole time.
That's fair.
I killed them. What have I done? The blood.
You were wide open.
Who has dead eyes?
So, is making us experience a real battle part of the church's teachings?
Yeah, but that requires a lot of build-up. I mean, you gotta train the knight, you gotta train, what was it, thief? Not to mention the whole Squire class doesn't exist. But you know what always killed me about the Dragoon is that sometimes it would land in like 2 turns, and then sometimes it would land in like after everybody's had a turn, and then 2 more turns after that. Me. Can fun a little bit if I just wait. The healer up close though. Green. You can reciprocate. Hard form. Or I never learned it. I think most recently when I played it, I ended up with more Geomancers than anything else.
As expected.
That, I forget what it was called, but that counter with the earth magic was really handy. Didn't do much damage, but the status effects were really good. Made them stop or don't move or...
You worked hard for nothing. Allow me to clean this up for you, Lady Edelgard.
He talks like he's gotten his hands dirty before. Experience crystal. Ah. Or you can just play an attack.
Only a fool challenges me. I will master this. These ruffians are no match for a noble like me.
Now we will come out of hiding. This is epic.
Unexpected.
Bait this guy. Petra. Wait with the bow. Have Petra wait with the bow. He can't reach, but he'll be ready. does not read.
A great help.
Yeah, I haven't actually run into AoEs yet. I'm actually kind of, the way I cluster everybody up, I'm kind of concerned that I'm going to be surprised by one. Like, this is a good defensive formation. Kind of, you know, set up like a phalanx and just work my way forward.
There's no way
And all
we're
of a
gonna
sudden,
give it up to some knights.
magic nuke.
Let's think carefully.
Ow, stunned. We're about to be stunned. Alright, down.
War feeds my body and mind.
Shield wall or wall of shields? I hear shield wall, I'm thinking World of Warcraft warrior.
Yeah! Luck is always on my side.
Chests and doors can be unlocked with the appropriate keys. Move the unit with the key next to the chest or door and they will have the option to unlock it. Units with the lock touch ability can open chests and doors without keys. That's battle. I didn't see what I got. What you need? Heal.
I will
Pull up
prevail.
now. Attack from the air.
Well, how was that?
Level 5.
It's a
She can
long
class
road
up then.
yet. Regrettable, but there was no other way.
First shot. They make the bow look so epic. I take so much damage.
Thank you.
I thought she had more damage than that. And you can't reach. I wonder if I could have swung, taken the damage, and then healed. That hurt. Alright, who needs the level? 3, 5, 2, 2. A lot of them. Four. Sure.
It's dangerous.
Just have a bow though. Level.
Can I go now? I guess hard. I don't care if they're stealing. Can I go home?
Says the recluse.
Thanks so much.
Let you go there. Come and give them. Pair of those. One gambit used. I didn't use gambit. Okay, you. Boxing. Can you? If we can get rid of the bowman, I'd rather do that. Let's get you in first. Carry.
All roses have thorns.
Spot.
Oh no. That really helped.
It's unfortunate that healing doesn't get nearly as much experience as the other stuff. seem to get some experience for heat, a good amount of experience for an attack, and a really good amount for a kill. Oh,
rendered.
Alright, back up.
As you wish.
I will get the victory.
We're gonna
Stay
go for the old
focused.
reliable strategy.
That's my cue.
Parse me your bit of relationship.
I will
No,
prevail.
there's what was it called? Support levels. The better their relationships, the better some of these effects have. The more they're able to contribute to each other's attacks. And also unlock, I think, unlock some abilities that way too. So you have to manage relationships in the game to make sure that everybody's getting where they need to get.
Oh no.
There's also, so this is, my main character is the professor. Well, you saw the first one, right? She's the professor and these are my students, and I can go recruit other students from other classes if I build a strong enough relationship with them.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Put me in there.
Later on, I'm able to bring one other student with me to help on missions, and they build relationship points that way too. By doing attacks together or healing each other or whatever. Some skills are common.
It seems I've exhausted this topic.
Common is her default class. What if I can get you a level? Sure, great. Not over there.
My heart is full of victory.
Dodecagon.
People and beasts are as one. Calm your heart, and do not be worried about this killing.
Treasure. Boolean. You can over, reduce health, bring the healer closer. Actually, you go help these guys. And don't die. I've only got so many charges. I don't like dinosaur. Dodecasaur. But there's 8 of us, including my main character.
Now!
Dodecasaurus Rex. feel like I've heard something like that before.
Anywhere I can hide.
Why would you? No. That's not what we're doing. Ranged attack.
You were wide open.
One keep up. Why can't you heal? Out of heals. Figures.
Wink.
That was a 93% chance to hit. % original? I don't know. I mean, people say that all jokes are stolen from somewhere. Petra, what can you do? Sure. I thought so. From you, your head originated. Seven, 100. Or failure.
Right makes might, right? Are all real battles this exciting? Come on, let's get on to the next one.
A little enthusiastic there. This one, just in case. One downside to playing defensively, I don't make any progress. Movement wise.
Must be awful losing to me. It's simple logic.
What's the bowman? Not sure I want you taking hits. Retaliate though. That's it. Bowman. Now finish him off. 90% chance.
All roses have thorns. Well, like what you see? Be mindful.
But this guy doesn't move, the boss man. Caster. Caster up there then. Good dodge. Better hit. Still have spells left. But you're not useful. Do you have spells left? Yes. Put you up in a support role. Burning will be support. Can you hit 5?
Victory received.
In there. Oh, you don't have anything either. Who's left? Oh, she's left.
Stay focused.
She's just gonna go in when it's time. But need help.
Sending these brats instead of the knights means they've underestimated me. Big mistake.
I wonder how many points I can just get off of this guy. He's standing in a healing tile.
The noble stand?
Yeah, it gets faster later on though. Especially as I get more mounted units. I want to see if I can get Petra that level though. Level 5 means that I can change her class to something else. that hits harder. Didn't heal a ton. Yeah. Seven. Oh, because you tried to walk in there, that's why. It's gonna come. Also put him. Alright, we'll wait one more time.
Disappointing, but
2 union experience.
I should have never listened to that idiot. What a mistake.
Oh, that was a lot.
Pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah.
Thank you for leading us, Professor. Though I suppose there was no way we could lose to a familiar foe. In any case, something about this canyon feels inexplicably strange.
Motivation is maxed. How'd that happen?
I wonder why it is that you recall this place. You must be weak of heart. Each time I speak, it scares you so. Although the battle's at an end, do not feel too at ease. Well, anyhow, I am quite fascinated by this place. As far as I can tell, this is your first time here. Here? I dare say it would be impossible to have forgotten such a place as this. I must admit I am unsure. Beyond the name and this strange feeling of familiarity, I can't seem to remember anything about this place. And yet, a great depth of emotions tied to that sense of familiarity. Like joy and sorrow, pain and love, and all things in between. If I was somehow here before, I wonder what took place.
Professor, I was wondering where you were. It's about time we headed back to the monastery.
It is time to depart. But know that time reveals all things. One day I will remember that which I have lost. Oh, by the way, it seems you've earned my gratitude. The thieves who came here are no more.
She doesn't remember this place.
I am not sure myself, yet I am grateful all the same. In any case, you must become accustomed to my voice. If you fall down with shock each time I speak, that just won't do. Oh, you think you're standing strong? Of course you are. It was a jest.
Just a joke. My expense.
On our way out, I had the chance to observe the Red Canyon. Did you notice anything, Professor?
Oh yeah, yep.
Of course. I expected as much. The area was covered in ruins, each more curious than the last. They did not match the architectural style of any era or culture within the Empire, or across all of Fodlan for that matter. That can only mean one thing. The Valley civilization must have flourished and fallen in the distant past, long before the Empire was established. Who do you think lived there?
Bowman. I suppose I should try to sound wise? Use fancy words? Gym plus 1.
It's possible they weren't even human. Perhaps their remnants still influence this world.
I'm just lucky they take everything at face value.
So you have safely disposed of those bandits. I pray that their souls find salvation. But why did they target the students to begin with? We must further investigate the true cause of all that took place. Until we know more, I ask that you support the students and relieve them of any unnecessary worry.
Of course, I'll do all that I can. I feel like that's one response.
Good. I have high expectations for you. By the way, how was your time in Xanadu? Legend has it, in ancient times, a goddess alighted upon this world in that very canyon. For a goddess from the heavens, Xanadu could only have been a temporary haven.
I'm assuming it's the goddess.
Long ago, the divine Seros received a revelation from the goddess, a gift to help guide the lost. The goddess is always watching over Fodlan from her kingdom above. However, in ancient times, the goddess graced this world with her presence and offered salvation to the people here. She is the mother of all life, the arbiter of every soul. I see. During your time here, I pray that you come to devote yourself to the teachings of Seros.
Lady Rhea, I am sorry to interrupt. There is something I must ask about in regard to those bandits.
As you wish. We shall continue our discussion when next we meet.
A goddess? I have no memory of her. But then, I have no memory at all. Oh, how bothersome. It is as though I know, and yet I don't. Perhaps Xanadu was my home back when the goddess walked the land. If so, what does that make me now? A ghost?
As much as I want to be smarmy, I need those relationship points.
No, that cannot be. I am most certainly alive. Of course, we also have the mystery of why I'm here with you. Is it somehow connected? Perhaps some past regret is stopping me from moving on, and now I'm forced to stay with you instead. No, that's not it. I can't believe in such a meaningless existence.
What if it was true? Meaningless one, I mean. What if the meaningless was true? Exist for the sake of existing.
Part 1. White Clouds. Garland Moon. Mutiny in the Mist. When the warm winds blow from the sea to the south of Adrestia, residents of Fodlan know that the rainy season is upon them. Before the heavy rains take their toll, young women hurry to pick the last of the white roses. The ivory buds are woven into garlands and given as gifts to close friends or potential lovers.
Shell was saying she thinks that little character is drawing a weapon. I think they're just dancing. Only 2,000.
Professor, I have a new mission for your students.
We have received reports that Lord Lonato has rallied troops against the Holy Church of Seros.
Who dat?
Lord Lonato is a minor lord of the kingdom. He's been showing hostility toward the church for some time now.
A vanguard unit from the Knights of Seros is already on its way to his stronghold, Castle Gaspar. Lord Lonato's army is nothing compared to the Knights. It is quite possible the rebellion has already been suppressed.
Even so, I would like for your class to travel with the Knights' rear guard to deal with the
Yeah, that's what I
aftermath.
was thinking.
War zones are unpredictable.
John Travolta.
We do not expect you will have cause to battle, but be prepared for the worst.
Excuse me. You sent for me, Lady Rhea?
This is Catherine. She will be leading the Knights whom you will be accompanying.
Nice to meet you. We've heard a lot about you. If you need anything, just ask.
She is one of our bravest Knights, and that is no small feat. Only an exceptional few have what it takes to join the Knights of Seros. This mission should prove useful in demonstrating to the students how foolish it would be to ever turn their blades on the Church.
It's Sylvain's birthday. Sylvain. Who's Sylvain?
Thank you so much.
Oh, this guy. The womanizer. Certifications. Receive beginner seal. Playing online lets you see the behavior of players around the world. You can see what percentage of players choose which activities on a given day, which units are most popular, and more. Referencing these statistics may give you ideas about how best to spend your time. Most everybody explores. Well, first the certs. I know what she's doing. Hermidon. All you need is a sword. Sword skill.
A new path to tread.
Not good enough with the lance yet. We're not progressing axe.
As expected.
Indeed, quite. Benefit, strength, speed. I want to go bow, but that speed's going to be really good when she's an assassin. As far as magic goes up at all. Natural 13. Yeah, back up. Swordmaster, pretty much straightforward. Apparently Swordmaster can get a lot of crits. I don't know if that's a luck thing or oh, it's an ability. Cool. Details. Grants 5 attack when using a sword. Crit plus 10 using a Assassin, Fortress Knight. Shell says, you see in the bottom middle where it has a little 8-bit character. Shell is saying it looks like she's walking around wearing a castle. I mean, I don't see it, but... Paladin, just Wyvern Rider. Flying units. There's some benefits and drawbacks to flying units. They're very susceptible to bows, but they can go over some obstacle. It's both good and bad that they're not affected by special terrain. Like there's some tiles that will heal, but if you're a flying character, you don't get to heal. But it also avoids traps. Warrior, sniper, warlock. Sniper might be a good one later. Bishop, healer. But there's also, which Michelle's pretty fond of, Pegasus. But for some reason only females can be Pegasus Knights. Not entirely sure why. What did I say I was doing? Speed, strength, getting her some strength. Class abilities. I think that it really matters. And it's only for like 5 levels. I think level 10 go up to the next year.
I have success!
Alright, explore, pick up quests. Do special bonus things. Ask for help from a student outside your class, and that person will join you for battles and missions until the end of the month. You can only ask one student for help each month, and that student will not earn any experience. That's also how I build relationship points, though.
You have spent quite some time in here, engaging in such idle chatter.
Well, how do you know?
Do you not know that we have not a moment left to waste?
Figures that Pauldron's better the class. I mean, Warcraft taught us that, didn't they? Figure the Pauldron's the better the gear is too. It doesn't matter what the stats are.
You must try harder from now on.
Yes, yes. Right. What's nearby? Go do the free stuff first. Keep an eye out for blue sparkle.
What the?
Sometimes the students leave books out that I can get skill points from. Finish outfit.
Huh? Is someone there? What do you want?
Didn't let me tell you what I wanted.
Hey, Professor, do you happen to have any food on you? I'm starving. No matter how much I eat before I train, I'm always so hungry after. My muscles must be going through a growth spurt.
I don't think that's how it works.
Inspirational. The plants of Fodlan are different ones than in Bridget. And people here are unknowing of the spirits who watch over the earth and bless it. Only the goddess is known. Is that factual?
Yes. Purpose. Let's keep check that. Cultivate. I'm still not spending money on this.
If the flowers within the greenhouse are removed, they will soon wilt and wither. Is that not so, Professor? I feel I can empathize with them.
So sure.
The flowers. Flowers that thrive, despite their environment, are truly inspiring, are they not?
Yeah, Michelle and I had a whole conversation about, well, maybe it was well-fitting and then he got too big, or maybe he just can't afford to have a properly fitting shirt since he's a commoner. But then he hangs out with a bunch of nobles, and you would think they wouldn't want to be associated with somebody who has a better shirt. I think eventually the consensus was if he wanted the right shirt, he could get it.
What? I desired fresh air.
That's not like you. I suppose I should be nice.
I have a favor to ask.
There is solitude on the battlefield, but there are limits that one cannot achieve alone. Be stronger, more efficient. Visit the Battalion Guild. He wants to his gains? Wants to see his gains? Is that what you mean? Show his... There's a guy at work who... he buys... he says he has a hard time finding shirts that fit his arms right. And apparently at a previous job, they ragged on him so hard about it, they just started calling
Greetings,
all of his
Professor.
shirts
Nothing to
medium.
report. Have you? Oh, and that relic of hers. I hear it's nothing short of amazing.
And telling him that he must shop at the Baby Gap store.
Professor, your clothes are a bit dirty. I'd have expected you to be more careful, seeing as how you're a professor and all. I hate when my clothes get dirty. That's one of the many reasons I find it best to train as little as possible.
Armor.
That's right.
Item.
No.
What do you require?
I'm not Harry.
In the Battalion Guild, you can find various
they call his
battalions
shirts
that aren't
medium.
affiliated with the Church of Sarah. We're allowed to hire them if we so please, so you should familiarize yourself with the guild whenever you have the chance. Naturally, battalions lose endurance as they fight. If you visit the Battalion Guild in the market, you'll be able to replenish their endurance.
That part.
Professor!
Since we're heading to Castle Gaspar, that means we'll be passing through Magdrid Way. The road is well known for its beautiful surroundings. Depending on the time of year, it can be incredibly foggy, though. When it's like that, you can't enjoy the lovely scenery. Lucky for us, it shouldn't be too foggy while we're there. Not that we'll have time for sightseeing, anyway.
I mean, it's great that we're doing this, but there's also that. But there shouldn't be this, but also that other thing.
Right.
Yeah, I think their helmets are weird.
Sick.
I think it's supposed to be like
I hear that
chapeau?
Lord Lonato served the King of Fargus's older brother when he was younger. Or something like that. He already had status and prestige, so why raise a rebellion? I guess it's none of my business.
Hat or cap. Nope, that's not what I was thinking. French turn signifying a hat. Oh, it's just a hat in French. Never mind.
Professor, I feel I must speak to you about Caspar's eating habits. I've never seen the like of it. He inhales entire plates of food in mere seconds.
What does he want to hear? Sounds unhealthy. Must have a healthy appetite.
Hence my mentioning it to you. Good luck with him.
And then we're going to tell him what he wants
Today's
to
meal
hear.
was delicious. Linhart keeps bothering me about eating too fast. Says I'm gonna choke or something. Absolutely! I knew you'd see things my way.
Totally playing both sides. Book or an item? Textbook from the Kingdom School of Sorcery probably belongs to someone.
If you have a moment, I would like a word. It has been brought to my attention that certain individuals have been making advances toward Flame. Have you witnessed any such behavior?
I would never. I'm not trying to recruit more people.
If you see anything similar in the future, please.
Oh, didn't mean to skip that.
I'm sorry, but I must vent to someone, Professor. You're familiar with Manuela's slovenly behavior, yes? That woman. She borrowed a book last week and returned it with stains of unknown origin on the cover and several pages either folded or torn. Just now, she dropped a sandwich on the floor, picked it up, and kept eating. When she saw my shock, she said simply, 3-second rule. Ugh.
I mean, you don't know how often the floor is cleaned. I have two activity points. Rain any? Today's special. Bring them back up. What's the morale at? See what else there is.
Well. Oh.
Apple, sweet, something, but I think that's tea. Hand-drawn map. Partial maps of forest made by Gerald. It probably belongs to someone who has known Gerald for a time. Probably the other night, dude. There's some gardens I never checked. Cats that Michelle would tell me to pet, but I can't.
Professor, have you seen Felix around? I swear, as soon as you take your eyes off him, poof, he's gone. Of course he's there. Sorry for bothering you, Professor. Thanks.
Yeah, this is on the Switch. Switch only, actually. It's a Nintendo IP franchise. There's like, on the 3DS, they had 3 unique games, and one of them is broken up into 3 different versions you can buy. This is the first one in the US on a console for a very long time. And apparently they're flabbergasted as to why this is successful in the US. Apparently it was around, I don't remember if it was the NES, but the SNES, it was huge in Japan. Kind of like Pokemon. I think the concept was you pick a side of the conflict. I forget what they're called. But you pick a side, and whatever side you want to be, you buy that game. And I guess there was a third version where it included all of it, and in the game you pick a side. But apparently the whole thing was clunky and nobody really cared for it. At some point I'll probably go back and play it, but as of right now I've got a bunch of other stuff I'm trying to finish.
Hey,
this
Teach,
one, there's
here's
3
some
houses
minor
and
noble
each house is
rebelling
supposed to
in
be about
Fargus,
80
right?
hours to play
He
through.
has no
and they're
chance
not,
of
like,
winning. I wonder
cookie
what he
cutter.
hopes to achieve.
You play,
Huh? Are you going along to
one
help?
house, and the next one
Sounds like an easy
different,
victory, but good luck
the
out
next
there.
one is different, and one of them also has a branching story. So depending on what you pick, that has 2 different stories out of it. So, yeah, this is gonna be a while. Checking here for lost item. The lost items are handy for building relationship points, but also when you return them, it generates 50 motivation, so half a bar.
Goodness. My central duty as a noble is to protect the common folk. I abhor those like Lord Lenato, who deliberately shatter the peace. Utterly disgraceful. You have a kind soul, Professor. Now I feel a little sheepish for showing anger and not empathy. I apologize for my impetuousness.
Wow. I'm studying here so I can be the best there is, just like Captain Gerald. Do you think I've got it in me to be a top-tier mercenary, Professor?
I think she's in it for money.
I do. Though, it's about so much more than being rich. It's about honor.
I don't know, she talks a lot about money.
Come to think of it.
Button. Yeah, the wooden button goes to the guy with the undersized shirt. I haven't figured out who that
Catherine.
overcoat goes to.
Her skill is impressive, I'll admit. But I think she's hiding something. Nobody knows anything about her past. You should spar with her. She's strong. Stronger than you are, I'd bet.
Give him.
Even within the Knights of Saros, Catherine is the strongest. By a large margin from what I've gathered. Why not seek her out as a sparring partner, Professor?
Do the quest for tenor.
Something about this situation doesn't feel right.
I'm not getting it.
Why would a minor lord raise an army against a foe he cannot possibly hope to defeat?
Come to think of it, here to train? You really are as hardworking as they say. Spoken like a true hard worker.
Tenure. I mean, they roped me into it this kind of unwillingly. I'm not sure how much tenure would, in the storyline, keep her around. Oh, are you? That'd be somewhat awkward. I think this guy's supposed to be an Easter egg. He follows me around a little bit. But in the mobile game, Fire Emblem Heroes, it's abbreviated FEH. And in it, the mascot is named Fei, FEH. So his name is the abbreviation. And I think that's what they're trying to use him for here. Not always there, though.
Can't believe it. This place has so many breathtaking works of art. I feel like I'm living in a museum. Each piece can teach us about styles and techniques from 1,000 years ago. I'm from a family of merchants, so I've been able to see a lot of art, but I won't pretend to be an expert.
Like there was points I missed on that one.
Pointing a sword at the Holy Church of Seros is akin to pointing a sword at the goddess herself, meting out appropriate punishment to the sinful. It is a sacred duty with which we have been entrusted. As a member of the church yourself, I hope that you will take that to heart.
Because Japan.
As a member of the church.
Can you not train me? You have a particular set of skills I need to inherit. There it is. I keep missing all these doors thinking it's just more alcoves. Yeah, they're ornamental. You know, and I'm not even sure. Plus. I don't know if they're slitted all the way down. Can't really tell.
Did you hear? There's news of someone in the kingdom raising an army. The kingdom, the empire, the alliance. They do love a good war, don't they? Spilling the blood of young men and women. And for what? Just to enjoy the horror of it? Would you be so kind as to do me a favor?
Extremely important that professors tend to their own studies as well. If you agree, I'd be more than happy to share my knowledge. Oh, this is where they tell me how to do it. I eventually need flying. I can build my own sword skill.
I simply must thank you, Professor.
Raising an army without using the arm sleeves. Maybe later, I don't know. All the bits of the story that I know are the early game. I have certain amount of time here to get stuff done, and then there's a time skip, and there's a whole war going on at that point. I don't know what the trigger is. I don't know how much time I have. I don't know how much of percentage of the game is when. But I'm probably raising an army later on.
Castle Gaspar, eh? I've been there once before, many years ago. It was by request of the son of that family, Christoph, I think it was. I have a request.
Hey, it seems I've lost something. When you have a minute, can you help me look for it?
Thanks for your help.
That was helpful. I think it was some sort of booze. Ask. Use a gift option to your support points with others by giving them things they like. The gift will also increase an ally's motivation. You may sometimes find lost items around the monastery. The lost item option to return them to their owners increase support points. As with gifts, allies' motivation will also increase. Regular horse, authority, plan. I can build that in battle. I'm less concerned about weapon skills. Especially if I have really good primary skills. What was all that battalion talk? So... roster. Each unit can command a battalion. You see on the bottom right there, Gerald's Mercenaries. They have certain stats they can contribute or take away, and certain gambits they can give you. So in a battle, whoops, they'll modify my stats that way. +1 physical, +7 avoidance. Oh, I didn't know that was 7 avoidance. That's their level, and then this is the ability, their gambit. Charged attack against foes in the area, 50% chance to hit, 10 might. I don't use this one because I'd rather hit for less than whiff completely. But the side effect is that if I hit, they also get stunned, and they either can't move or they can't do an action. Sometimes there's other stuff that goes into it too, but that depends on the battalion. But it's supposed to be kind of give you the sense like these guys are squadron. They command their own unit. Check out the hall first, then we'll run up to the church.
Professor, about this month's assignment, raising an army against the church? Really? Though it looks like we won't be fighting, it's still quite unsettling. My understanding is that it will all be subdued rather quickly.
Someone else to talk. West.
I've heard whispers about Lord Lonato. They say he's a very kind and gentle lord. Why would such a kind man suddenly raise an army? Oh, Professor, you were working late last night, weren't you? You shouldn't overdo it. A ghost might rise up from the well to get you if you stay up too late. Or so I'm told. I have a favor to ask of you.
Ooh, Mercedes has an ability. I'm gonna try to recruit her later on. But whenever she heals somebody, she also heals herself. And that's
To be
unique
honest,
to her.
I felt a bit lost here at the monastery. At a loss for what to do. Thankfully, a sweet young girl reached out and offered her help. I believe she's Sedith's little sister.
Professor!
Hey!
Here's the story. We are truly blessed with how fertile the monastery grounds are. Every day, there's something new to harvest.
Eventually I'm gonna recruit her too. She's gonna be flying unit Pegasus Knight. Michelle keeps calling her Valkyrie. probably. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
the monastery grounds are far too spread out. Feels like it takes hours to get from one area to another. And no, that's not because I'm getting lost. I'm a fully capable, mature person who never gets lost.
Whining aside, she's actually a very good caster. So she's the first one I'm gonna grab. So some of it was trying to figure out which house I wanted to start with. Some of it was before you pick a house, you go and you talk to each of the leaders, and they give you a rundown of who all the people are, their personalities, and then it shows you a stat sheet with their abilities. But also, after the first stream, and thinking that I still didn't understand any of these mechanics they were trying to teach me, I went and I played some more of the game, trying to figure out what these classes were, how to progress them, how the supports actually worked, how recruiting worked. Found out that you can auto battle stuff, so I don't have to spend 15 minutes on a battle. I can do it in 2. How professor points are earned, renown, all that stuff. I've got a better grasp on how this stuff is actually supposed to work now. And then I trashed that save file and came back to this one for the stream. Each month people will approach the counselor with their concerns. Select responses that satisfy them and your support points will increase. I've looked at the notes in this box before and it seems like everyone's always worried and complaining about stuff. Everyone really that bad off? Roughly growths, invasion of privacy, true law concerns are a bit true. Probably wants to hear someone agree.
Thank you so much for your help.
Oh. There are no.
Ash. What's going to happen to Lenato? If he's killed, I don't know how I'll live with that.
Maybe. Lord Lenato. He used to stay at the monastery rather frequently. He was such a pious man, a true believer. Such a terrible shame. I wonder what changed him.
Past here is the holy mausoleum where the saints of the Church of Sarah slumber. Sorry, but only a select few members of the church are allowed entry. It's open to the public on only one day of the year for the goddess's rite of rebirth.
Can you train? Axe, fisticuffs, heavy armor. No, I have never gone out this door.
Maybe.
Sorry, dude.
Pardon me.
Cats.
Hello.
Oh, I know where this is. Left. It. I don't think I've gone in near the stables yet,
Hey,
though.
you. Here's the story.
Right.
Oh, there are more dialogue.
Catherine has invited me to train with her. How much do you think I should train before I'm ready to train with someone that strong?
Train in order to train.
It is a noble's duty to protect the common folk, not to endanger them by rallying armies in such a feckless and improper manner. Abuse of that kind is no better than slavery. A proper noble must guard the people from such a fate, wouldn't you say? Precisely
yes.
why true nobility is well
Whatever
respected.
you said. I'll just say it back to you.
Let's see. After Fargus lost its king, there were many rebellions. It is likely that Lord Lonato's provocations are related. How frustrating that I am too young to take the throne, rendered powerless by age. If the throne is vacant much longer, the kingdom will fall to ruin.
Oh, I guess that means his dad's gone.
Best be on your guard.
King, queen, whoever. He just doesn't say much, does he?
Hey.
Which Italian? I don't have much gold. But the support's done. I don't think they kick in until you watch the story.
Petra, you seem to be flourishing in your new environment. Is all going well for you?
Lady Edelgard, everything is well with me. Thank you for your question. Everyone shows great kindness, even while I am still learning about the language.
I'm glad to hear it. After all, a Brigid royal like yourself is of vital importance to the future of the Empire. If you ever need anything, please let me know. It's my job to watch out for you after all.
I'm probably going to be getting off here pretty soon too.
I will rely on you if I have the need. However, I will not have that need. I can resolve any problems that occur by myself.
When I say hi.
I don't doubt it. Perhaps I'm worrying too much. I just don't know what I would say to your family if something were to happen to you.
Do not spend your worry on me. In Brigid, there is a phrase we say. You cannot shoot two birds with one arrow. Brigid and I are that second bird. Your first target is your ambition. Can you disagree?
There is certainly truth in your words. I do have ambitions that transcend all else for me. When I ascend the throne, there are certain things I must do. Tell me, Petra, who do you think I am?
Huh?
Is she there?
I will tell you.
Hi, Diana.
I am Edelgard von Hresvelg, and yes, I'm attempting to do what no one else can. I'm prepared to shoot 2 birds, or even 3, with a single arrow. That is the least of the impossible things I will accomplish. If you don't need my patronage, then prove it. Show me your power. Never settle for being the bird. Be the arrow instead.
I will take your words to my heart, and you will be seeing my power. I give you my promise. Ferdinand? Our professor is wanting to see you. He has much concentration right now. I will wait for him to be finished reading.
I don't think he's paying attention.
Diplomacy has an effect upon weapons development. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, Petra! How long have you been there?
A short time. You were devoting all of your attention to that book.
Forgive me, I was fully absorbed in my reading. I see you have been reading as well. Anything interesting?
I am studying the history of Fodlan.
A history book? What a keen student you are. And it's about House Hresvelg. Certainly a stimulating topic.
I am wishing to learn all about Fodlan. What is the book you are reading?
Oh, this? This relates to a little hobby of mine. The regional history of weapons development in Fodlan. Militaries have to adapt their weapons according to terrain and climate. And they have to keep up with technologies in other regions. It's very interesting.
Yes, it is interesting. I see why you would be enjoying that kind of reading.
Oh, does that excite your curiosity too? Perhaps you would care to read more about it then. This is just one of 18 volumes, and our library has the entire collection.
Jeez.
I give you my gratitude. Research of weapons could be a good reference for me. Oh, please take my apologies. I was meaning to tell you that our professor is wanting to see you.
Oh, it is not like you to forget something. I suppose I ought to be going then.
Yes, it is a rarity that I forget something. But it is not impossible.
Alright, check the horse. Check the horses. Finish the day. And then close up for the night.
Oh, hello, Professor. Was there something you needed? Oh, you like horses? I like them too. They're such kind creatures.
What?
To consume that other activity point. Today's special. The guard. Cynthia, I'm already gonna build up. Get their stuff up. Yes.
Oh, I love this meal. How did you know?
This is my favorite. I am rather happy you went out of your way to pick it, Professor.
Yeah. I'm always nervous to end the day. I'm always like, did I get everybody? Did I hit all the quests? Did I do all the fishing and the stuff? Instruct manually. Instruction. Got 4 people with full bars. We'll be training. Sword commands. The sword, you're doing great on your own. The lance is gonna happen.
Nothing worth it. Praise isn't necessary, really. I'm improving. I still have much to learn.
Fantastic. Doing faith, and some writing. That's just happened.
It is a... Tell me. Oh.
Perfect.
How embarrassing. It is a... It is a long... How long?
Faith. Got both. Got both.
appreciate...
Stars.
I got it. You're quite the
One star.
I got it.
I feel like every perfect should be a star. Alright, Petra. Sword bow. And I didn't know after that, did I? Okay. How about we train flying just because you're good at it? You're supposed to be good at it.
You have my thanks. Your guidance was great.
Alright. Hubert, Casper, and Bernadette need to go up the next week, and then I can find someone else to have another 4. Your task. Skywalk. Let's see. Better. Staple duties ready. I don't think anybody. I think Bernadette and yeah, she stars first, which is not bad at it. Begin.
I have a question.
I have an answer. You know how sometimes an ordinary girl can be more popular than an exceptional beauty? Or how, with aristocrats, some prefer a viscount when they could have a duke instead? Why do you think that is? Some preferences, fancy most boring every day.
That's it then.
That one. Well, that was a lot of points. Lindhart, how are you doing?
Well, hello, Professor. You came all the way to my room to... Oh. You've brought the materials from your lecture I slept through. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anytime. I want to miss the lecture. How about this again?
It's rare for a nice professor like you to be so strict. Please, Professor, you must understand how difficult it is for me to fight the demon of drowsiness. Just talking about it makes me sleepy. Oh no, I couldn't possibly. I would certainly injure myself if I tried to train while drowsy.
Well, you wouldn't
I
be
must
drowsy.
compliment you, though. By this
Be
point in
energetic
most
and
conversations,
adrenaline.
I'm bored senseless. But I'm enjoying this. I wonder why. What is it about you that fascinates me so? You're definitely a strange one.
Maybe. There's nothing
In
wrong with
truth, your very nature is odd. You're definitely not a commoner, but you don't seem like a noble either. You're something else. Or you could be a villain who came here to enact some evil plot. That wouldn't surprise me either.
Is that what you think?
Hey, Professor, will you ever allow me to investigate that crest of yours? It won't hurt a bit, I swear. I'm sure I could find out all sorts of things about your crest. And you. Of course, I'm not as experienced with such research as Professor Hanneman, but I do what I can. Someday, I think I might like to become a crest scholar. You never know.
think that requires less sleeping.
Oh, don't trouble yourself. I didn't mean now. I've got a lot of other research I'm working on at the moment. I tend to start a project, get bored, and then leave it be. I might be ready to investigate your crest soon. I'd have to tidy up a bit first. On that note, good night, Professor.
Oh, good. Motivation went up. Lauren, not mine.
I will not be a burden. I will be doing my best for Lady Edelgard.
Don't worry, Petra. There is no use in fearing failure. It is my duty to help others when necessary.
I have sorrow, Lady Edelgard. We did not achieve a good result.
Worry not, Petra. At least we completed our task. I'm getting closer.
I mean, good is still good. Oh, skill ups.
My efforts were not in vain.
Not a total waste.
As long as it makes me stronger.
I am closing in on expertise.
Ooh. If I had certain days out, time will be automated. That's interesting. Alright, I am going to do some battles for levels, and skills, and relationships, and that's going to be a bit of a grind, so I'll do that offline. Will help me also fill in some time between now and next stream. Sure. Check something here. Actually, let me save. Else. Right. Alright, just gonna end it here. Probably not gonna stream tomorrow, but I'll post up again when I'm gonna do my next stream. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.